the one night of the year where every championship must be defended. And we get a bunch of rematches we've seen countless times. Yay! I'm John Ritland with my predictions for WWE Clash of Champions 2020. Some matches may be good. I don't think that any matches will actually be bad, but I'm just not invested in a lot of feuds. And yes, you could say that we need a draft and freshen things up, but you're just rearranging the furniture because guess what? Vince and Bruce and whoever else, whoever is in Vince's inner circle, no, not the AEW group, are just going to do what Vince wants. And right now, WWE, Raw, SmackDown are just kind of, ugh. Raw really isn't all that good, and SmackDown ain't much better. But hopefully, we get a couple good storylines coming out of this. So, let's start with the match that shouldn't be on the pre-show, but is Asuka versus Zelina for the Raw Women's Championship. Both tag title matches should be on the pre-show. Asuka and Zelina, while, yes, it's had very little build, and Zelina has not been in the ring all that much and didn't have a great match against Mickie James, but again, ring rust. That does happen. We could see a match that could either be a dumpster fire or at least decent. I think that both of these women are going to work hard and they're going to do what they can to craft a good 8 to 10 minute match. Asuka's going to win. I don't know who's going to beat her. It could be Billie Kay, it could be Peyton Royce, it could be Bianca Belair. They have some good challengers lined up. Zelina ain't going to win, though. I would be very, very shocked if Zelina won. Even by DQ. She's going to probably get fucking destroyed here. But Asuka is going to retain. Lashley versus Cruz for the U.S. Championship. And unless they have the group that calls themselves Retribution interfere, distract, and just throw the match out, because the group that calls themselves Retribution is causing havoc on Monday nights and possibly on pay-per-views, Lashley is going to win. He's going to retain. And it's weird that the Hurt Business are heels against everybody else, but then faces against the group that calls themselves Retribution. I don't like Retribution, in case you haven't noticed. Besides Katie Forbes, it's the Booker Award winner. Yeah, but anyway, as far as bad shit in wrestling, Lashley's going to retain, though. Then we get Street Profits versus Garza and Andrade for the Raw Tag Team Championships. This match we've seen about 5,000 times. Garza and Andrade got, dumped to the curb, or kicked to the curb, whatever the term is, by Zelina, and were beating each other up at that point. And now they are suddenly number one contenders again. So watch Vince give them the tag titles. Now, I don't think that's going to happen. Street Profits are going to retain and then drop it to somebody. But, yeah, they could make it, tag partners that fractured suddenly are back together winning the tag team championships because Vince is known to do stupid shit. But I think the Street Profits are retaining. Then Cesaro Nakamura versus Team Do a Good Lucha Thing, a.k.a. Lucha House Party. Cesaro Nakamura. I don't care about this match. Jeff Hardy versus Zayn and Styles. Ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship. It made it seem like a handicap match. It's actually a triple threat. Jeff Hardy's going to retain. Unless they really want to go with Sami Zayn winning it, saying, I proved it. It's probably going to go with the conspiracy theory that he's almost going to win it. And then he's still going to claim he's the Intercontinental Champion. And then him and Jeff Hardy will have a match, but this will move Styles out of the feud. This is going to be the closest Jeff Hardy gets to a world championship, because he ain't Universal Championship material. He's fucking wiped out. He's fucking broken down. He should not be competing in a ring in 2020. He's fucking wiped out. Same goes for Matt Hardy. So yeah, Jeff Hardy's going to win. Then we get Nia and Shayna versus Ruby and Liv for the Women's Tag Team Championships. Ruby and Liv are going to win. I would be very shocked if Shayna and Nia did win, because I think it's just a short-term fix to, build to another fracture where Shayna will eventually beat Nia, because they're going to be short-term champions. Even though they had a better match against Bayley and Sasha than I thought they would, especially with that short build, Ruby and Liv could breathe new life into the women's tag team division. What little life you can breathe into a division that has talent, but doesn't really have a lot of direction. I think Ruby and Liv winning would be the best call, and that's who I'm picking. Bayley versus Nikki Cross, SmackDown Women's Championship. Unless they want to give it to Nikki and then suddenly give it to Alexa, who's the evil, spoopy Alexa. Alexa's probably going to cost Nikki the match, and then Bayley's going to retain, and then you're going to go with Nikki and Alexa, and then you're going to have Sasha return, possibly to face Bayley at Hell in a Cell. Or you could just stretch it out and have Bayley beat everybody up again like she has been, because we've seen this match too much. I think we saw it in July, I think we saw it back in July. We don't need to see it again. But I think that's what's going to happen. Alexa's going to interfere, and we're going to get that feud. Or, hey, they could pull a switch suddenly, but I just really wouldn't see the point in giving it to Nikki just to pass it to Alexa when Alexa shouldn't be champion. So I have Bayley winning with a distraction from Alexa. And then we have Reigns versus Jey Uso Universal Championship. If this match is more than 7 minutes, I will be shocked. Now, Jey, I think, will get in some shots. I don't think it's going to be a minute. But Jey is going to get in some shots. He'll maybe get one splash where it looks like he's going to win. And then Reigns is going to demolish his cousin. And then maybe we're going to get a heel bloodline at some point whenever, Jimmy returns before getting injured again. Usos have been injured and or drunk a whole lot, haven't they? Reigns is winning. 100% Reigns is winning. And then McIntyre versus Randy Orton in an ambulance match. A Rambulance match, if you will. I wait for the bad comments, people reacting to my joke there. Ambulance match for the WWE Championship. This is so Randy Orton can win without Drew taking the pin. It's stupid. It's really fucking stupid. But, and granted, Orton did look dominant at the end of Raw, so it is possible that Drew will win, but I think Randy's winning here, and he's going to win the championship, be a 14-time champion. And I don't like it, because I have no desire to see Randy Orton as WWE champion in 2020, but I think that's going to happen. Now, I could be wrong, and I hope I am. Maybe Keith Lee challenges Orton, and they hotshot Keith Lee into the championship picture. But Randy Orton's going to win, and unless the group that calls themselves Retribution just interferes and fucking ruins this whole damn thing. But yeah, Randy Orton's winning the WWE Championship on Sunday. So, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritlin. I'll see you soon.